Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 5. Yes, we scored 5 goals in a football match. Wrexham 0. Massive result for Chelsea. Yes, it's Wrexham, but give us a minute. This is the first 6 things we learned of the season. And if you guys are excited to see it and excited about the win, Pochettino's first win, Maatsen being an absolute messy regeneration, Nkunku scoring a no-look goal on his debut, hit the like button on this video. And before we get excited about this performance, if you don't follow me on Telegram, you cannot win 2 tickets VIP to watch Chelsea-Liverpool on the first game of the season. All you got to do is follow the Telegram and you can watch the Premier League winners-elect. Yes, I'm excited, all right? It's 8 o'clock in the morning for me. I woke up this morning, got myself a coffee, and I watched Chelsea in that first half put in a night and day performance from the whole of last season. So don't go shouting saying, it's only Wrexham. I don't care, all right? We scored 5 goals, didn't concede a goal, and I think in the first half in particular, we played some really nice football. There were combinations in the final third. Chelsea looked really good. Second half, it became slightly more of a pre-season friendly, what we expected. We've got the Cats in as well. This is Sumba. What a legend he is. It slowed down a lot, and then towards the end of the game, Chelsea's class began to show. And I would say, even if we scored 3 in the second half, which we did, and 2 in the first half was more of what I would expect to see development-wise under Pochettino. Combinations, Nicholas Jackson doing what he did so well at Villarreal, dropping deep, allowing runners to go beyond him, and that's how we got the goals. Second half, it was a bit more passive. Wrexham kind of knew their place, I think, in that second half. It was like one of those FA Cup ties where if the underdog scores the early goal, the game changes. If Chelsea score an early goal, then everyone kind of just roots down and sits into where they should be in the footballing term and hierarchy, so to speak. So Chelsea got that early goal. It set the tone for the match. We were going to dominate things. We didn't have to because we wanted to win today. Pochettino said it in his press conference. It is about winning. Whether it's a pre-season friendly, Chelsea is a team that has to win. We're a team that need to win and that are used to winning. So to see what we did in the early stages, it was brilliant to watch. You got Ian Maatsen playing out wide, cutting inside. Positionally, I thought Maatsen was phenomenal. And I think as much as we can't read into too much, because it is pre-season, it is only Wrexham, you've also got to look at some of the players out there today. And we're going to go into the boxes in a minute, which, by the way, it's all positive for the first time in I don't know how many Chelsea games. But Maatsen's movement and the intelligence and the link-up play with Nicholas Jackson, a man who he's never played a competitive game of football with before, was fantastic to see. You got Cesar Cassidy bossing the midfield, making bursting runs. Andre Santos as well, I thought looked really good. Struggled to get on the ball as much, but I think Cassidy was given that role to get forward a bit more. Chukwuemeka also, really nice little link-ups on the edge of the area. Got himself an assist as well. All round, we can only say positives from this Chelsea performance. And I want us all to enjoy that. Hit the like button on this video if you did. And we begin with the first blue box of pre-season. And the first blue box in I don't know how many Chelsea games, you guessed it, Ian Maatsen. It was phenomenal from Maatsen today. When it comes to players fitting the glove of what Chelsea need, we need a solid defender. He showed that last season at Burnley. We also, under this Pochettino team, we saw Gusto getting forward a lot. We saw Maatsen getting forward a lot, cutting inside a lot also. And what that enabled Chelsea to do was create runs in behind, create space in behind. And what we're used to doing in the Premier League is trying to attack against low blocks, which means quite often Chelsea is so predictable when they get into the final third. But with Maatsen today, the cutting inside was the best bit for me. The first goal is basically an open goal. Paul Ben Foster couldn't do anything about it. It's a brilliant run, first of all, from Nicholas Jackson. He manages to get into the right position, drops deep, takes on a couple of players, and unselfishly, when 3 minutes into your debut, you could think, well, he might go for goal himself. It wasn't on. Gives it to Maatsen, who's got forward, and he scores the goal. The second one is a beautiful finish, placed into the bottom right corner. And when it comes to Cucurella today as well, I've not given Cucurella a box, but he did everything well. And I think Chelsea are in such a blessed position where Chilwell comes on, scores the 5th goal, did very well. Cucurella played well. Maatsen was the star, and we allowed that. Lewis Hall comes into the midfield, which is where he wants to play, where he should be playing. So Chelsea have got 3 left backs who are more than capable. Some of them absolutely class in that position. We are set. We are good. Box number 2 is a green for Nicholas Jackson. Makes his Chelsea debut, not the official debut because it is a friendly, and it's against Wrexham. I'm going to stop saying that because we just want to revel in the 5 goals that we scored. Jackson didn't manage to score, but it's the movement that I love, the ability to drop deep. I wish we got to see Nkunku and Jackson on the field, because I think if we'd have seen that, we'd have got a better idea of whether or not Jackson can fit in this Chelsea team for the start of this season, because he played well. He did a lot of the things that he did so well at Villarreal, which I think when it comes to profiling, this shows me, even in the first game that he plays, even in the first half that he plays in a Chelsea shirt, this is a good signing. He's got the right mould of what Chelsea need to do. When he dropped deep, it allowed for the runs from your Maatsens, the Moreiras, who was also very good and lively in this game. It allowed those players to make the runs in behind. Wrexham, whether that is a lack of experience at a top level, they were committing the players. So the pass was always on, in behind and around the back. So Jackson's movement, fantastic. Gets himself an early assist as well. And he just looks lively. He looks like a happy character on the pitch, which at this point in the season is really the only things that matter. Looking at the players, seeing how they communicate with each other on the pitch, seeing those little link-ups. I think Nicholas Jackson is going to be an exciting player to watch for the rest of this season. The next green box is for Cassidy. When it came to my predicted lineup, I thought we'd see Enzo, Santos. Cassidy comes in and he ran the show in the midfield. When we talk about a loan move for Cassidy, I'd love to maybe see him in the Premier League. And I think as much as Chelsea maybe don't want to give a player of that quality to a Premier League club, obviously going back to Italy, as he is so young, he's made a big move to Chelsea. Moving to England, will he be able to handle it? In terms of a footballing sense, the kid's got everything. Scored 6 or 7 goals, whatever it was, for Italy in the under-21s in the summer. Comes into Chelsea, running the show, dribbling past players, making runs in behind, making passes in behind. He's the real deal. Everyone's shouting about him in Europe. All of the top clubs in Italy want to sign him on loan and want options to buy. Don't give him at Chelsea. Cassidy is a talent. Santos, I'll be honest, I think it's the fact he's Brazilian that gets me excited, and maybe Brazil is slightly more exciting than Italy. My friend Harry, who came around, is just about to leave. But Cassidy was absolutely magnificent, and I think he's putting himself in a position where if Chelsea do struggle to bring in those midfielder targets, is he going to be ready? Maybe he will be. Box number 4, Bashir Humphreys was a big surprise for me, but at the same time, also not a surprise. It was a surprise because with all of the talk we've seen about Levi Colwill, I thought it was inevitable that Colwill was going to start the game. Colwill was going to get minutes, but obviously just coming back from England, maybe he's not ready to play yet. Bashir Humphreys plays a lot of the game, looked so comfortable in the middle of the park for Chelsea. I don't want to keep saying Wrexham, but it's Wrexham, because a lot of what we see in these opening games, this is the time where if Chelsea looked a bit nervous today, it would have made sense. These players haven't played a lot of football, a lot of them recently. And as well as that, you can see composure when it comes to 2 Wrexham players. Bashir Humphreys is the deepest player. He knows when to pass it back. He knows when to keep hold of it, put it out wide to the left back. I just thought he looked very confident in that position. And I think with Pochettino now, with that injury to Wesley Fofana, Badiashile being out at the start of the season too, he's going to be looking at players like Humphreys. Gilchrist comes on as well, didn't do badly at all. I think with Humphreys, he showed that he's ready to play in a Chelsea team. I wouldn't say this season he's going to break into the first team, but he looks comfortable. And that is what these pre-season games are going to teach us. They're going to show the young players who understand what Pochettino tells them to do. That is a key component in this Chelsea squad this season. We've had so many managers, players not knowing what the instruction is. Humphreys today knew what he needed to do, and he did it very well indeed. Box number 5, Conor Gallagher. Spoke about him in my last video. Scores a beautiful finish. And let me just give the man some credit here, because clearly he's been in the gym, he's been working out, he's been on a training camp, personal training camp, and you can see it. He's beefed up, he looks big, his legs are flipping monstrous trees from the Amazon jungle. And he scores a brilliant finish. And I want to give credit also to Raheem Sterling for Conor Gallagher's goal, Chelsea's third. Brilliant from Sterling. This is what we've seen him do countless times at City. On the left wing, hugging the touchline, dribbles in on his right, shimmies, feints, gives the pass to Gallagher, and the finish, it's powerful enough to beat the goalkeeper. Yes, he probably could have saved it, but from the inside of the foot to hit the ball that cleanly, with that much power, I think maybe it's that power that he gets on the ball from the work he's been doing that enables the ball to go in. So credit to Conor, comes on for the second half, puts in a great performance, and like I said in my video yesterday, I think there is definitely a spot if Pochettino doesn't put him as one of the advanced players. And we saw that today countless times. He's deeper. There are at least 4 or 5 players ahead of him. He arrives into the box, he's hanging, he's lurking, and he scores. It's exactly what I said in yesterday's video, and we saw it happen today. Box number 6. I am going to go with Pochettino. I would have given it to Nkunku because he scored, but I think he was also very quiet in the game. Poch today showed us that with these young players, even with a few weeks on the training ground, we can score goals. We can attack. We can create combinational play in the final third, and we can win. We scored 5 goals today. It's Poch's first game in charge. I think the starting lineup was very exciting, and I think that was the best football we played. Second half, as the sun goes in there, it was good. We got the job done, and towards the end of the game, we were balling out. And I'm so excited for the rest of this pre-season. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this video. Telegram link, top of the description. Subscribe also so that you don't miss any pre-season content here on GBFC. And also the 23-24 season. I've got an office on the way, podcast studio. We're leveling up here. So if you're not subscribed, you're going to be missing out. Hit that bell notification button so you don't miss anything. More videos out later today. Come on, you Blues.